So, for those of you not in the know, since this is in the past and the future, that package contains salvation. Nice. It's not 10 years old, but this computer predates my career on YouTube. And it's a 8350 with a 7970, and I changed it all to Noctua fans because this was my computer when I was living at home with my parents. And it was right next to my head because I was in a place I could keep it because it's a small apartment. And it was my gaming computer, and it wasn't very good at gaming because I changed it all out to Noctua fans and they weren't speed controlled, so it just sort of like played games. But then it got reelected to my home theater PC because, well, fucking home theater needs quiet computing. Perfect. Quieter than that. Anyway, so that was my gaming computer from home to apartment. Then 4 years ago, I built my new gaming machine, which is the one that's in the basement that I do all my video encoding on, which is still running. But this one got relegated to home theater at the apartment. And then when it came here, it got relegated to sunroom duty because that's where I just sit and watch, TV shows all day. And it's a 4K display, but I only run it at 1080p because I'm 12 feet away from it, and it's a 43 inch, so I don't need 4K. So it's perfectly fine for that. And the power supply exploded. And it's an Enermax, and I've never, ever had an Enermax power supply die on me. But that's 9.5 years of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week running. And it was off the other day, just off, AKA not on. Where the fuck is my knife? And then I went to go turn it on and I walked away and it didn't turn on. And then I went to go turn it on again while on the floor, and then smoke coming from the mouth of the computer from the front. And it smells like burning. So I'm gonna replace the power supply and hope for the best. We're gonna do that on live stream today. The 23rd of May. I know Pasta hates when I give out the date, but these videos get filmed in bulk. I download this camera every 2 or 3 weeks because it's only sound demo or only unboxings, not sound demos. And then they get shuffled and I just put them together in whatever order fits the time frame. Like if I do a 6-minute clip of this, then I have to attach another 6-minute clip of something else, like a 12-minute video. And then it just gets randomly assigned. Pasta doesn't know when it's coming out. Really need my knife. Where's my knife? Chewbacca, where's my knife? I hate when I'm missing my knife. I had the whole thing set up here for the longest Z reviews ever. I need to have more watch time. That's what the algorithm is doing. So of course I filmed like a 3-hour long epic, what's it called? Epic goddamn 3D printing episode with my friend Dan, AKA ITman496 on YouTube. And so I don't know where my knife went. But anyway, so I bought, I think that's a 650 watt power supply, an Enermax. I bought a 850, wait, that's a 650. I thought I bought an 850. 625, it's a 625. And you're like, Zeos, why'd you buy another Enermax? There's better brands. I'm gonna hear it, the whole comment section. But I've never trusted a company more than Enermax, because every time you'd look up a power supply back in the day, it would be like 1,000 watt, 800 watt, 9,000 watt, 9 million watt, and they'd be like $112. And Enermax would be like 650 watts, $150, give us money. Because they weren't lying. I felt like they were the only brand not lying. And I know PC Power and Cooling, I know there's a whole bunch of other ones. Hell, my main computer, I had to change it to 1,000 watt or 1,200 watt. And I didn't buy an Enermax, so I'm okay with other power supplies, but I just feel for tradition's sake, this is what I'm gonna go with. It's a Marblebron 650. I thought it was an 850 that I bought. I'm gonna have to check my goddamn Amazon order history. Right now, in fact. We'll stare at waifus while I do that. My orders. Package was left near the door. Nope, it says, nope, it's a 650. I ordered the 650. Oh, it's so 85 plus, or an 80 plus bronze. Whatever. Marblebron power supply. And for the first time, it's actually a modular. Well, semi-modular. The main power bus here doesn't detach. And that's a little bit confusing because that computer, let me go get it. See, if this video is 10 minutes long, then Pasta doesn't have to cut it up and she can release it whenever. It's one big chunk. But when I built this computer, modular power supplies were just becoming a thing. And I didn't buy one because I wanted an Enermax and none of them had them. So what I did was I physically cut all the things I wasn't going to use, because this is a home theater style PC. It's supposed to have two 5 1/4s. I took that tray out. In fact, I think that tray's still at my grandparents' house in the Bronx. Put my Corsair cooler, which I know these things only have like a 5-year shelf life, so the fact that it's still going after 10 is wonderful. You might want to occasionally do this, make sure all the air gets up to the top. Power supply, I literally just cut the ends off of anything that didn't need to go, because I only needed this, and the fucking motherboard power plug is here. So it needs to go from there to here. And meanwhile, it's gonna come with this fucking monstrosity, and I wasn't gonna cut and shorten it with the rating. So there's finally gonna be a modular one, so I'm just gonna be able to go whoop, 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 and pick the ones I want. I'm not gonna change anything else. This actually has one SSD, which is just sitting back here, because there's no mount for an SSD in this. I could get a 3.5 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter, but I didn't. I just sort of dropped it here. It's fine. No M2. I think it's got 8 gigs of RAM, 2 4 gig DIMMs. It's ultra durable. Look at the heat sink on this, the heat pipe. I mean, I love this. This computer was the tits when I made it. And then I did the conversion, and I put like sealant here, and then I have 2 more Noctro fans. So this has 8 Noctro fans, 2 on this that are 92s, 2 60s, 2 120s, and 2 80s. 1 above the case, 1 in the case. And they're all just timed, and this gets pulled in here. No, wait, it blows out here. It blows out this way. So this, the problem is, do you see this power supply? You can see how it's in the front of the computer? And here's where you plug in the power. So there's actually an internal 110 that plugs in, and this doesn't actually sit on any of the walls. So it just sucks in through this slot, hopefully, which is that far away from the bottom of the power supply. And then it kind of gets cold air into it, and then it shoots the hot air out there's no back, so it shoots it into this void, which doesn't have a very large slot. So hopefully it pushes it to the front and gets expelled this way. It was gonna kill the power supply at some point. I knew this. It was hot in here. It was getting hot in here. What is the efficiency? Oh, it still smells in this poor baby. So this one, I could have spent like a lot more on a power supply, but I don't know if this is what the problem is. So I'm gonna swap out to this Marblebron. That's a Pro 82 Plus. What is my thing? 80 Plus. So it's slightly less efficient, and it's bronze. Active, let's see what my amperage on the rails is. 24, 24, 25, 25, 25.6. 20, 20, 20, 54.3, 2.5. So it's slightly more powerful. It's just rearranged. So yeah, this is gonna get mounted same way as that, just like this. You can't get to the switch like this. You can't get to anything. It's a Leon Lee case, by the way, in case you're wondering. The reason I use this case is because I built a computer for a friend of the family. And I like, look, you need a computer for your office? I'm buying this case because it was like $80 when I found it. And it's a Leon Lee, and this is all stainless, brushed fucking aluminum. It's so fucking nice with the buttons. It's so nice. Everything was so nice. It's got firewire in the front. And he had a lightning strike that killed his computer, and he's like, I don't want this. You want it? I'm gonna throw it out. But no! So I made this my computer case. And I think I actually ran it standing up for the longest time, like on edge, like on this direction, with stuff under it. So there's your vents in there. And all the stuff, that like everything is custom mounted to get this to strap down. This is literally just elastic bands, which have lost all tension. They just, years of heat. So today on live stream, I'm going to take that out, remove all carefully these connectors. I hope it still functions. I have no idea, because we're talking about like an 8-9-year-old computer, which this is, getting a modern power supply. I don't know how much has changed. See, I build computers. I always build my own computers. The only ones I bought were the ones that run those little, I buy laptops, obviously. And then my sort of purchasing habits changed. Rem, put your shirt down. When I bought these, because these little fucking Lenovo's are amazing. Little power supply, 65-watt power supply. It just sits there, antenna. It runs 4K video. It's amazing what you could get for, I was $400. And you know, you can't build a computer, you can't build any computer for $400. And now they're $500 or not in stock because it will mine Chia. So I'm just doing that on there. Well, it shows me waifu wallpapers. So this looks like our graphics card. This takes a 4 and a 3. So this has a 4 and a 3. So yeah, I'm gonna have to assemble this. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done this sort of thing. But I'm unboxing it here, stopping the camera, putting on my live stream for the second graphics card. I still want to build a full-on fuck you graphics like computer. And if I have DMS and JDM Watt backing me up, I should be able to get things near MSRP, which is all I care about. At this point, I just want another computer because I am very, very dependent. Like when you build a computer at home, you guys, you play games in it or you surf the web. Every bit of video encoding I do, all my fucking uploading and shit, all requires computers. And if I don't have, that is a long one. If I don't have like a one to run 1080p video through at a rather quick pace, I'm pretty fucked as far as like my paychecks. So that's gonna be another reason to build the second computer. Because the one that's in there now is 4 years old. And it still works. It's an i7. It was the first Intel build because I'm an AMD fag. I'm just like, give me that AMD love. That's what this is a 8350. And yeah, no, I want it back up. I want it back up and running because also, there's another reason I want this computer to be my computer that works. Its graphics card is a 7970, which is an old graphics card. But it's the last graphics card that has the 4 pins around the DVI on the slot there, which means I can use it analog HD to my CRT. This was the last computer to run my CRT, and I haven't hooked up this computer to my CRT in 7 years because when I moved out of my parents' place, I didn't bring the CRT until like 2 years later, so I was just using the NEC monitor for my review thing as my main computer monitor. Then I got the 43-inch 4K. So basically, I need this computer to work because I need that graphics card to work so I can run my CRT as a computer. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring back retro gaming because obviously this is not powerful enough to run like anything modern. But I need people to understand that my CRT, the GDM FW900, specifically the Silicon Graphics one I have in there, is better than anything they can buy. Any OLED, anything. And it's gonna take a little bit of elbow grease and calibration and possibly digging into the firmware of that monitor to repair it, because I haven't started that in a couple months. But we're gonna get it to work, and I'm gonna blow people's minds. Let's see how insanely long this is. So yeah, I need this computer to live. I'll probably put it up to the CRT today if I get it working, because why the fuck not? And then I'm gonna cut that for shit sure. I'll cut that on stream. Because there's the main CPU bus. Keep in mind, it's going from here to here. I need this much, not this much. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of tucking. I think the way this came out was out, down, completely around, and then to that. I wish this, even being modular, it wouldn't have mattered. I'd have to cut this and resolder all these to make it real short. I'm not doing that. Anyway, this has officially been a full-length unboxing video, all about one power supply and the history. I think that computer deserves it. Pasta, I know it's been a while, but can you please find the obituary I wrote for that computer on Instagram and link that in the description? Because everyone, hey, I got an Instagram and a Twitter and a Facebook. Oh, this chicken is so good. I have chicken. You can't follow me on chicken, but I mean, you could try. So yeah, I'm gonna get this back up and running. Make sure everything I have on it can come off. And then I wanna get this working for my CRT. And then I have to decide what I wanna do for the sunroom, because leaving it in there, like having that computer just burning away, because it's not an efficient computer, to just run a little baby TV room in here. Like I feel the nostalgia for it, but first of all, I need a bigger TV. This 43 is just the TV I had in the basement. This was my sim racing computer monitor. And I brought it up here to use it here, and that's great. Except that now I spend like a lot of time here, and 43 is too small. And if I go bigger, I'm not gonna wanna run 1080p, I'm gonna run on 4K, and that won't do 4K. So that computer might get repaired and relegated for CRT use. For those of you who don't know, Sony GDM FW900 is a 24-inch, which means 22.5-inch, 1920 by 1200 at 80 hertz. Greatest CRT ever made. 97 pounds, half-inch thick glass or 5/8 thick glass. It's a beast mode computer. That is the you can't say who made the best car because we're still making cars. You might be able to say who makes the best VCR, but you could definitely say who makes the best CRT, and it was that fucking Sony tube. So yeah, I'm done with that now, and I'm going to end this, and I'm going to eat some chicken, and I'm going to start my live stream, which is a late stream today because it's 4:30 already, and we're going to see if we can get this baby back to life and see if we can push it into that monitor. Although I'll probably try a different monitor first, because getting the CRT to click on while this is clicking, I'm not sure, that's too much hassle. So I'll just get my that BenQ out. Does it have HDMI? Yeah, it's HDMI, 2 DisplayPort minis, and then 2 DVIs. So here we go, everybody. See you on the live stream 4 weeks ago.